luck.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Jared, great stuff as Mitchell got the shot he wanted, but misses right at the rim. So they have now missed 6 of their last 7 shots, GA, going back to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, that one was a point-blank bunny there, just a miscommunication. One of the great players, you never really stop those guys, but what you don't want to do is for them to consistently compromise your defense and create situations like that where you get the wide open looks, and that leads to an offensive rebound.
Isaac Okoro just into the game, puts his imprint on it quickly. So that ends a 10-0 run for Indiana. Pacers with Siakam. Turns and shoots, misses back of the rim. Pacers shooting at a 64% clip. And their lead right now at 9 points. Dean Wade on the wing. Into the paint. Strus. So Max Strus has missed on his first couple of threes.
I will tell you, though, that's 3 straight.
Maker out. Indiana with back-to-back turnovers. Mobley at the other end. Back-to-back field goals for Cleveland.
And right now, the size of Mobley in that pick and roll is just creating a lot of issues. How about the up and under finish by Obi Toppin?
For the resourcefulness for Obi Toppin had to work against Mobley on the box. Mitchell again, boy, the savviness. Felt one of the more indispensable bench players this season for Rick Carlisle. Shot clock at 8. Mitchell against Nembhard. Mobley the screener, the roller to the rim. For the evolution of his offensive game, one of the headlines this season for the Cavs.
It is, and in understanding how you're being defended, and there's T.J. McConnell, he just continues to put pressure on you. Again, they're getting up their shots, oftentimes even after a made basket, within 5 seconds off the shot clock. That is just too easy.
Mitchell, GA, the breakneck pace of this game is unbelievable.
And both teams are comfortable playing this style and pace offensively.
T.J. McConnell running the point with Haliburton on the bench. Mathurin feeds Siakam on the box, the leader, and he's headed to the free throw line.
And one of the things that happens in a game, when you
shot on with a shooting 68%, highly efficient, 6 of 9 from deep. And despite some turnover issues, they're up 10. Mitchell squares up against Nembhard, who kept his feet. This is Okoro, puts it on the deck, slices in, Toppin gets him. Here comes McConnell, one-handed bounce underneath to Mathurin.
If you see Mathurin run the floor on that possession, that's indicative of who the Pacers are. And the Cavs are going to have to get a little more comfortable with their transition defense.
Isaac Okoro a little bit short. But right now, the Indiana Pacers are making their early statement in this series. McConnell into the paint. Offensive rebound. But Mathurin trying to make what would have been a sensational play. But right now, Indiana has its biggest lead of the night. Up a dozen. Mobley sizes up. Toppin elevates and goes glass.
Is all in control. Their offense has done a great job of creating offense, and they're going to get an offensive foul there.
A 10-point lead.
Yeah, the key to that, though, is their dead ball turnovers. A lot of those, and those, if you're going to turn it over, you ask the coach, he wants a dead ball turnover because it doesn't allow you to get a momentum play.
Here comes Okoro, and then a beautiful setup for Allen, who hits a little floater.
Great job by Okoro of making a good decision. Not necessarily a scorer, gets into the teeth of the defense and creates that opportunity.
Haliburton coming back into the game and wasting no time. And he still hasn't missed. Haliburton 4-4, 9 points. Turner picking Jerome's pocket. Kenny Atkinson almost jumped out of his shoes, barking at the officials. Back into the corner, this is Ben Shepherd. A little bit too much from deep, rebound Jerome.
But that's an example, a live ball turnover. You get a transition opportunity where you don't face a set defense. And Ty Jerome just has not found his rhythm here early.
Again, it's Okoro making the little plays for...
When you're a defensive-minded player, that you can win possession with your effort. That was an example of it there by Okoro.
Walker resets. Haliburton's going to take a deep shot. And that's going to carry him out of bounds and belongs
into the teeth of the defense and create good looks.
Jerome turning the corner, taking contact.
And that's, even though that's a positive number, that's a winning formula for the Pacers because the Cavs are a great three-point shooting team. They've only made 3 threes here on their 15 attempts. So if you're the Pacers, you take that trade-off any day of the week.
Gee, this may be the loudest arena I've ever been, and this is unbelievable, the volume in this place. Neesmith, and he buries a 3.
We have in our league, there's no doubt about it.
Hunter bobbles, recovers, now defended on the perimeter by Neesmith. As we are past the midway point of quarter number 2, game number 1 of this Eastern semi, Cleveland and Indiana. Strus lays the lamp from deep.
For the Cavs, that's something they have done at a high level all season long, but they have had their struggles here in this first half.
Cleveland's first 3 since the midway point of the first quarter. They're 4 of 16. Neesmith from deep, that's no good. Rebound Allen. There's the run for the Cavs. 19,000 plus bearing down on Indiana.
I'm not sure defensively what's happening, but there's a lack of communication on those screens with Ty Jerome, and they're going to get the ball, leaving a great shooter open on a few possessions.
Jerome gets the screen, pulls, rebound Siakam. So Cleveland now 4 of 18 from the three-point line. So Nembhard and Haliburton running the point now for the Pacers. Nembhard able to draw contact. Brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes. Asking questions, could Garland and Mitchell coexist after their second-round loss GA to the...
That have been ball dominant over the course of their career. So you have to learn how to make that adjustment and balance offensively. And they're going to get Neesmith again on it.
Inbounds here, broken up. It was Turner who got a hand on it. And again, that Indiana defense, 5th Cleveland turnover of the half. Haliburton probing against Merrill. Siakam, top of the key jumper, and it's tracked down by Hunter. So Indiana's shooting percentage has dipped a little bit. Hunter transition 3, splash!
At rhythm from 3. It's also a momentum play, right? You think about an alley-oop or a great dunk. The three-pointer has become a momentum play as well.
Mathurin working on the wing. He's going to pull from deep, and he connects.
And just another example where DeAndre Hunter was a step further away from the offensive player than he should be.
Hunter, boy, you just think of how he changed this Cleveland team midseason. Jerome just
by the Cavs that led to that easy deuce.
Tough catch. Official's going to throw in. As we come up on the final 3 minutes of the half, Nembhard working against Mitchell. Haliburton. Nembhard throwing on the timer, crosses over, pulls, and sticks it.
I'll tell you, he is a uber confident young man, and it's because he's put the work in and improved every season here for the Pacers.
And he turned right towards GA.